Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iRacing Formula 3.5 Challenge here at Watkins, Glen International Raceway. I'm Austin. I'm joined by Marco Barbonera, and we're here live on Apex Racing TV for another wonderful round of this amazing championship. And oh boy, do we have a race for y'all!
Oh man, it's great to be here at the Glen, of course, upstate New York, one of the best places in the world, I think, to have a race, and of course racing in the boot layout, so the long version, Austin. I think we're in for some fantastic stuff, as per usual with this series. And of course, you know, it's week 12, but it's not the last week of the season. In fact, we will be back next Saturday to wrap things up for this Season 3 championship. But let's concentrate on what we have today. And you were talking to me and you were talking to the drivers before the broadcast, Austin, about the weather conditions. We are in a very, very tight situation with the track temperature.
Yes, this race is going to be all about the tires, especially at the end. 25 degrees Celsius was proving a very easy race for everybody. But just over that threshold, people started realizing that just after that little bit, they did start falling into a little lull with the tires, and the tire grip started falling off with about 5 laps to go. And so this should be a very interesting race to see at the very end of the race. The tire grip is going to be falling off, so watch these guys manage these tires. But this track is so fast, and these cars produce so much downforce, you can take everything flat out. And I say let's ride on board with Tim DeLisle, because I don't think anyone has ever seen a car go flat out through the bus stop before. And if you haven't, prepare your eyes, because this is glorious. If you just blinked, you missed the bus stop.
Yeah, basically just a little bit of a lift and nothing more there. Austin down one gear. Paul Hilbrink, who's usually struggling in qualifying, seems like he's on a good lap. There he is. Oh, provisional pole.
Yeah, 129.394, 2/10 ahead of DeLisle. Is this today we're going to see a Hilbrink pole ahead of Tim?
Nice to see Robert Tarton back. I think we had him in Monza. And of course, how can we not remember his fantastic livery there, paying tribute to the early 2000s Ferrari that used to dominate. And in the final corner he comes on the front stretch. P4 for him. Good luck, good luck.
What an absolutely fantastic lap by Robert Tarleton. This is Omar Baja. He has a set of time. He's coming across right now. He sits in 13th. Top 10 all within 0.8 of each other. Suelo jumps up into 4th, gets immediately knocked down to 5th as Fabio jumps up into 2nd. Tim DeLisle is in 3rd.
Yeah, surprises aplenty in this first first it's the 2 qualifying laps, so I see that Tim is back in the pits, therefore his qualifying effort will not give him pole for the first time in quite some time, if I'm not mistaken, Austin, as the Sambowski goes
Not
up to
just
6th.
pole.
Not even front row, you're right.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh!
There's a crash.
Hard into the pit entry goes Paul Hilbrink. And I don't think it matters because he got provisional pole by a 10th. But what I'm saying is, not just pole. This is the first time I believe I've seen Tim DeLisle outside the front row.
Austin, people in the chat are calling me Alonso. Please defend me. Please tell them where I'm from.
Well, Fernando, I must say I have a big fan of you. I have your autograph up on the wall and everything, and I know you have a right to stay in Italy, but you're a Spaniard at heart, Alonso.
Remember, Austin. Remember, Austin, you always have to leave a space, you know?
I think you just made people's days right with that.
Omar up to 14th place. We have a couple of cars left. Cedric Bill, nice to have him back. 10th place in this beautiful striking livery as per usual. But I'm not expecting many improvements. Jason Enrique is sitting in last place at the moment, and he will start there because he doesn't have a time, but James Mallow has a higher rating, another driver with a lap time. James will not qualify, he's still sitting in the pits, so we're waiting first for him, and then Antonio Navarro trying to improve on his time there. And after these two drivers, because Cedric Bill is not going to improve, we will pretty much be done with qualifying. It's a 1 minute 30 seconds lap, so both of these drivers will be able to finish their laps. And remember, of course, single car qualifying, so at the 8-minute mark there, the drivers will be unceremoniously booted from the racetrack. As you can see, another beautiful throwback livery for Antonio Navarro here. Early 90s, mid 90s Williams. Here comes Navarro, and
good
he
lap.
improves. Yeah,
14th. And Henrique jumps up into 21st.
Oh yeah.
And I must say, this race is going to be a massive drafting battle, and it's going to be kind of a Daytona situation. There are places where you do need to brake and you do need to separate, so I'm expecting these guys to have a level head, especially on lap 1 heading into the bus stop, because you can't go through there too wide, and if you do, it's going to be causing a giant mess. So drafting is going to be very crucial, but that front row is going to be a bunch of sitting ducks if they don't put their heads down immediately.
Sun peeking out from behind the clouds for the start of the race, and here we go, the starting grid.
Paul Ilbrink is on pole, followed by Fabio DiCarmo, Tim Delisle, Phil Reed, Suelo Amedia, James J. Pinksier, Edward Samborski, Robert Charlton, Steve Honan, Cedric Bill, Theodore Burns, Jorge Barrio, Daniel Bershin, Antonio Navarro, Omar Baja, Luke Prum, Gennady Kalashnikov, Thomas Knoll, Jamie Burns, Patrick Letavet, Jason Henrique, and James Malla at the end of this 22-car grid as we get ready to go green here at Watkins Glen International Raceway.
Oh yeah, just quickly, we have around 1 minute left to the start of the race, so a quick peek at the weather. As you can see, it hasn't changed much from qualifying, still those 26-27 degrees. The threshold, Austin, you were saying, is 25 degrees track temperature, so as you are going for your traditional pre-broadcast or mid-broadcast Coke, these drivers are really in a tough situation because they don't know whether they can push or not. Maybe, you know, it's early in the morning, so I think the track will get warmer, not cooler as we go into the race.
Yeah, that track is going to be warming up. You do have the clouds, but with the just time of the day, it is going to get more warmer and warmer, and it's quite breezy out there. But I believe everyone is lined up and getting ready to go. The heartbeats are rising, and so are the Reds. Ladies and gentlemen, it's green flag racing here at Watkins Glen for the iRacing Formula 3.5 Championship, and what a start Tim Delisle has. Paul Oberg defending on that outside line right there. Tim Delisle and DiCarmo going side by side already through turn 1. DiCarmo going wide. Tim holding down to the inside. Tim's jumped up into second place.
Great start from Delisle as they now go to the most dangerous part of the track, the S's and the bus stop. If someone makes a mistake here, it's big drama, but seems to be nice for everyone.
It's a massive draft battle. Tim looking around the outside right now. Here we go for the bus stop.
Here we go.
Taking it nice. We got a car going wide. That is Cedric Bill off there.
And
Thomas
Nolan.
Nolan. Oh my gosh.
It's the other.
Letovet, Byrne, and
yep.
Knoll.
Yeah. So the two teammates are out there, Letouvet and Bill. As we go back, Knoll has already towed back to the pits. Of course, massive damage. We'll get to a replay as soon as we can, as the first lap is about to finish. So Ilbrink, Delisle, DiCarmo, Phil Reed and Suelio Almeida make up your top 5.
It's an absolutely wonderful start by Tim Delisle. He's
got the leader, Paul Ilbrink.
Paul Ilbrink's gone wide, out of the boot. And Tim DeLisle's down onto the inside. Tim DeLisle's in the lead.
Just got the back end of that where we were running on board with Sueli Almeida. Mistake from Paul Hülbrink, uncharacteristic, and Tim DeLisle puts things back.
Here comes Fabio's defending on the inside, and here comes Phil Reed. Oh, he's almost on the bumper of Fabio right there.
It's so treacherous, that corner, Austin, you know. When you come out of the boot, there's a weird inclination, weird camber on that corner, and it can send your car into very, very strange spin, very slow, lazy spin.
Yeah, you can catch a spin in these cars now, which is an absolute wonder and a blessing. In the old update, it would be absolutely hard. And we got a crash. That's a car in the wall at the bus stop. Bernson.
Bus stop claiming second victim of the day. I mean,
like fifth,
could be fifth because the other, yeah, I mean, let's say
they were
five.
at the exit of the bus stop.
You're absolutely correct, Austin. As maybe time to bring up the gaps. Here we go. 0.4 of a second between DeLisle and Hülbrink, as we see there the black car of James J. Pinsker going for a move. Or just more than a move, he was just trying to tell to Edward Samborski that, you know, I'm here.
Yeah, a little nudge and response of, hey, I'm here, as Barrio going down the inside, going a bit wide, and that corner is so tricky because you're going up the hill, there's a bump there that takes up a lot of the mechanical grip off the car. If you ever race that corner in a car that doesn't have downforce, it is crazy. And Barrio, risky pit entry, and that's caused an incident.
I don't know if the two things were, let's see, on board with Antonio Navarro.
It was a random checkup. Here comes the checkup right here, and oh wait, no, he got touched from behind.
That's the 17 of Luke Groom. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, and Fabio Do Carmo, Fabio Do Carmo, Austin.
No, Fabio.
What happened to Fabio?
Fabio, bus stop. No.
While we were watching the replay, I saw his name drop in the standings. There was a slow car there on the inside. That's either Bill or Leto.
Oh, that was a lapped car. Oh. That was Bill. That was Cedric Bill right there. That is so unfortunate for Fabio, as Tim DeLisle and Paul Hülbrink race away with it. They do this 1-2 show. Are we going to see what we were kind of robbed of last week? Are we going to have a race-long battle between Tim DeLisle and Paul Hülbrink? The draft is certainly going to be helping Paul.
Also, another driver I'm looking forward to bounce back is Sueli Almeida. Of course, if you remember, was in a very good position. And then on his own made a big mistake with the DRS and in the final corner in one of the first few laps and went off at Phillip Island, as the drivers you can see are moving left, right and center to get the, you can go pretty wide there in turn one, as the two leaders are slowly but surely pulling away. 2.2 seconds in between the leader and Phil Reed, who's sitting in third place and has a mirror full of Sueli Almeida.
There's a bit of radio chatter of people saying, hey, don't send it into... Oh, Everett Samborski! He collects Steve Honan as well, and Honan avoids the wall coming into the carousel.
So here we go. Samborski and...
Was that JJ Pinkster?
Yeah. But it will...
yeah, that was Pinkster right there. Oh. And he just spun it. Oh, Honan, no.
I thought Samborski and Pinsker had a coming together, but no, it was all on his own for Samborski. And poor Honan had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Samborski was on the radio, and he said, don't do it, it's not going to work out. And he lifted off, but he still left room going into there, and that just upset him, and he got into that curb, which just set off the car, unbalanced it.
So Austin, I don't want to jinx him, but I'm seeing that Suelio has been a couple of laps. He's gone really wide in the penultimate corner. That curb there, as you know very well, is a killer. If you don't respect it, and I know Suelu is one of the best drivers in iRacing, I know he's very aware of that, but he's pushing so hard, and he needs to be careful. As now he going for a move on Phil Reed on the inside, and he passes him.
Phil let him by. Phil
yeah.
let him by right there.
I think
Both those guys are extremely well experienced. Phil knows that Suelo knows what he's doing. And if you try to fight going in there, you're inviting trouble. And I can remind everyone what happened at the Rickmatech TC series, where the two TCR cars just had this amazing battle. And Luke Groom gets bus stopped.
Or did he get carouseled? Let's see.
He hit the curb on the exit. Very wide. There's the curb into the grass. Coming out of the bus stop, heading into carousel.
Oh, look at
I'm pretty sure that face that Luke was making in that photo is probably what was happening right there. Oh, that's scary.
And you know what? Paul Hilbrink is keeping up with Tim Delisle, and he's pretty much, I mean, not pretty much, he's, I'd say, this is a euphemism, of course, Austin, in draft range, so hopefully he can keep it there.
He's buried in the draft.
I said it was a euphemism.
The draft in this car is like, okay, you're affecting the draft to keep up with him. When you're within half a second with him, you have to be applying the brake to say the same distance you are from the car ahead of him. As Phil Reed jumps up down to the inside, up into third place.
Maybe they are swap drafting, but in either case they are still losing and inviting Robert Tarton to basically attack them. So let's see if James J. Pinsker can also join this party. Yeah, now the gap up to 3 seconds. By the way, SOF 4.5k for tonight, 3 splits, so a lot of drivers, of course. The Glen, if memory serves me right, hosting the most popular non-free road track in iRacing.
You know, I was just about to say that fact. I would put it up there with Spa or Le Mans, but for some reason the Glen is the most popular track, and I can tell you exactly why. I wanted to say Indianapolis because I'm a massive IndyCar fan, but Cup comes here. Every popular series comes here.
Exactly,
that people run. Except for dirt sprint cars, but I would kind of like to see them just throw this thing into dirt one day. Just you know, if somebody runs a hosted dirt car session around here, I will join in on that.
See our drivers who were in a crash at the beginning. You know, let's use this little break in the action to see what happened at the bus stop between Knoll, Byrne, and Letouvet.
Well, this is just the draft and everyone packing in together, and then boom.
Oh, see there, yeah. Knoll went on the grass, spun, or had a half spin, and went straight to the path of the incoming cars, and that was all she wrote for. I mean, they are still racing. I think the only retirees are Knoll himself and Berensen. Carmo and Letouvet are still on the track, even though several laps behind, and Cedric Bill, Jamie Byrne is also back. Let's see the lap time comparison between the two leaders. And as you can see, they are trading fast times. I think this lap will be for Hilbrink. Almeida once again very wide to the penultimate corner. He is not afraid to push. Let's see the lap time here, 31.6. And I don't know anything because, of course, even in this lap, the Delisle is slightly quicker than the Dutch ace number 3 car for Radical.
Yeah, this is not actually the most popular track for the Formula 3.5 car, but it's the most popular entry we've seen so far this season post-updates.
it is. You know, sometimes I'm not very clear when I talk. What I was referring to earlier was in terms of buys, like how many people have
Yeah,
got
the track.
This track. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Greg just put up a good
Yeah.
fact on the most popular tracks for the 3.5 car, which is, of course, Spa, Monza, and Road America. 2 F1 tracks and a track that everyone wants to be in F1.
People are asking for a lap on board with Paul. We shall give you that in a second. And we bring up the
I can guarantee.
speedometer.
Oh, I love the speedometer. People are asking if Paul is lifting, and I can guarantee you he is lifting. He's enjoying this draft. He's enjoying the gap being pulled away to Suelo behind him. So let's ride on board with Paul Ilbrink as he's falling behind Tim Delisle.
Oh, oof. See those tires squealing.
Yeah, and oh, big slide through the carousel. He's working that wheel, and look how much that gap has fallen off. He's lost an entire second just from that little bobble, but now he's going to be able to try to gain it back up by sending in the draft to Tim Delisle. But the tires, Paul's going to be having a hard time at the end of this race. We look at our country flags, the Americans absolutely showing it off in the field right now. Robert Tarleton, Burns, Samborski, Baja. 4 Americans in the top 10. And we got Malo Henrique Groom, top 15. Jamie Burns, 17th. And, well, I would say the most popular country in this race so far, which when I joined the series, I would just get excited to see an American flag just sitting on one car. But now I've seen this, I'm like, hey.
Speaking of Robert Tarleton, here he is, leading driver from the United States and looking to pounce on Phil Reed. In the meantime, we had a couple of issues. Maybe.
Yeah, Tarleton's closing on Reed, and you can just hear that car bouncing off the limiter. He does not want that position.
Sun coming out from behind the clouds, and
Suelo.
there you go. He's risking. I told you.
Turn to lawnmower, and here comes Reed looking around the outside, and Reed big bobble going through the carousel, and actually Reed had a big slide, and Edward Samborski, I think, going slow, and he's hit the bus stop. He's got damage. Look at the left side of that car.
Suelo dropping like a stone, Austin. We need to go and have a look at that, but I don't see any kind of incident point for him, so... Ooh.
Well, he came across the grass, just like Samborski did, but pointed forward and bam! Hard into the wall. Yeah, here is Suelo, just went straight across the gas. And yeah, he had to sort of slow down for that, definitely.
His car seems to be okay, Suelo's car, I mean, so let's see if he can bounce back.
Yeah, it's about for third, though. Reed, Tarleton, and Suelo. It's going to be keeping them from catching up to Ilbrink. And Ilbrink's, what is happening to Paul? Is that Paul right above the...
Yeah.
Well, hello, Paul. What is happening to Paul?
I don't know. There is no incident recorded by our system, but I have to imagine a mistake somewhere because he is dropping like a stone, just as Greg Olson in the chat was saying that Paul needs to stay into the 1.1 second gap. And the moment
we saw Paul have that big slide through the bus stop, that pretty much kicked him out of there. But now Paul is Did he get another slowdown?
Probably slowdown, that's what Greg is saying, Greg Olson, so probably blame him for the jinx and thank him for the insider information.
No, I think we was talking about Suelo right there.
Ah. Well, we still
Yeah, 'cause
blame
that's-
him for the jinx on Paul Ilbrick then. We miss you, Greg.
I'll let you two solve that.
I swear you
All by
went
yourselves.
wide once again and pushing so hard. Now basically a four-way fight for second place, Austin. You can see also the battle there, and Sueli Almeida, 30.9, so he certainly wants that podium back.
Yeah, and all these guys gonna have to manage their tires at the end of this race. When this race hits lap 20, I think Paul Ilbrick almost hit the wall right there.
He's struggling. Oh, dear.
And Reeds takes second place around the outside.
I can say, Austin, that I'm expecting some massive fireworks from these four drivers here, and you can feel they are all four of them in different ways, but all four of them are absolutely on the limit.
Yeah, all these guys known to be on the limit. The one that I think who is not on the limit is taking his time is Robert Charlton, though. Charlton, I believe, is just happy to be right here and is just going to be staying with them and look after his tires, because I haven't seen Robert try to make a move at all yet. Just look how smooth he is on that wheel. He's not pushing these tires at all, and I think that was Tim Delisle. Just a brief shot at Tim Delisle we had going down the front straight. I think he was hugging that inside pit wall.
Phil Reed actually pulling away, and now here we go with this trio fighting it out for third place. Fighting for the draft,
Suelo,
Austin.
Suelo, Suelo, Suelo.
Oh, here we go.
No, Paul, no!
Oh, he bounces
That was risky,
hard.
and Paul's got a bad bump, and now Pinkster's past him, and Paul Ilbrick's not going to be happy. That was such a risky move right there from Suelo, and Paul Ilbrick just decided he was going to keep in the throttle. He was getting in the draft of Charlton, and here comes Suelo just sticking his nose on the inside. Paul let the room and just smacked the curb. And then that bump didn't help him at all, and he's got damage on that front wing because of that jump.
I think unless it pops back into place, I think the damage, damage is there.
It's staying there. Paul Ilbrick. Hopefully he doesn't do what I did and ran an entire race with damage on the front wing, thinking it was fine. Because I've certainly done that.
So Paul Ilbrick from pole position down to 7th place. Tough race, promised so much. And now for Sueli Almeida, next target is that beautiful Ferrari themed liveried car of Robert Tarton under massive pressure. Let's go on the rear wing.
Now looking back at Suelo, he's made a move on here last lap. He's going to do it again. Suelo looking around the outside. Robert Tarleton letting him by. It's a smart move. We see what happens there if you can try to go too wide through the bus stop in these cars.
Omar Ba now attacking Paul Ilbrick.
Send.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh! Ilbrick cannot catch a break.
And now damage on the front right, Austin.
Paul Ilbrick's car's front wing looks like a Dorito chip right now. Steve Honan swings past him easily.
Let's see if Omar Ba has got some damage himself.
I thought Baja was going to make it through there, but that curb, and unfortunately the net code right there, But no damage on the wings I can see for Baja.
No, car seems fine. You know, Austin, it seems, and of course, it seems like there is a very narrow path of entry into the bus stop, and the moment these guys have taken some alternative lines, even the more experienced guys, it has turned into disaster because you go offline and then the car doesn't want to turn, and we've seen some as Paul Hilbrink has to go for a pit stop, unfortunately for him. As here we go,
I think this might be a retirement for Ilbrink. If I was in this situation, I would just be done with this race. But yeah, it's a reason chicanes are kind of used as that thinning out the field type of device, because chicanes are not really meant to be a side-by-side passing area. The bus stop is one of the fastest chicanes in the world. Is just extremely narrow. You can go side by side through there, but that is only advised in slow speed cars, and some cup cars in situations. See, we're seeing side by side, and that
and
does not go well. Groom and Malo. I need to do this. Rule number 1: do not hit your teammates.
And you were saying, don't go side by side.
Don't go side by side through here. And
bit of netcode, but you know, it was almost inevitable. As
it's just, this is like the Bathurst race where you always have to have F3 up too.
Once again, Almeida, Reed and Tarton all together. Gap at the front 3.4 seconds as we are hitting the final 10 laps of this race. DRS wide open slash closed for Suelio. And it works.
Suelio. Oh yeah, he's going to defend that. We see Robert Dalton actually just back off completely. Phil Reed, interesting thing brought up in chat, because Phil Reed is on a controller.
Yes.
He's going to be having a tough time in these next 10 laps.
We always fail to say this, but because we forget about it, because he's so smooth and so good and so quick despite using a controller. So, but that's I mean, if you ever try to do iRacing on a controller, you will know, especially with these fast cars, how tough it is. So I have no idea how he does this.
The guy is just incredible to watch. Yeah, I really want a just a controller cam from Phil Reed. One of these days, just have him race and just have a camera pointing at his controller.
James Mallow trying to get back into the positive direction after the contact he had with his teammate there. Cedric Beal enters the pits, unfortunate race for him, as Antonio Navarro, just behind James Mallow, goes around, and unfortunately Paul Hilbrink is not having a good day.
Well, I'll give him perseverance points, because he's certainly still holding in there. And, ooh, bit of a wide line for Phil Reed entering the bus stop, but he saved it.
Yeah, so good move from Phil Reed, back into second place. This battle will probably, unless we have some unforeseen circumstances like AKA crash, this battle will be solved in the final lap or so, because these three guys are very equal on pace. Now Phil Reed pulling away, maybe not pulling away, he's just putting himself at the front of this trio, and you know, they keep on fighting, and this guy is not that far away. Let's see a lap time comparison. Yeah, he's coming.
James is catching up to this group. Not everyone's pushing as hard as they can. And, oh, Reed goes wide and just a little bit into the grass. And he drops to the end of this pack. He's going to save his tires. That hand motion. if you're looking at it, you would not think he's using an Xbox controller.
Yes, yes. When you drive with a pad, or you know that someone is driving with a pad, the first thing you do is look at the wheel input, and they are so not smooth. As here we go once again. Now is Robert Tarton for second place.
Yep, Tarleton jumps up in there through the bus stop.
Oh man, Pinsker is basically glued to them. Yeah.
James is coming up right here, and I think he's going to catch him.
Steve Burns.
Oh, no. Kalashnikov also. Kalashnikov's just fallen off. Steve Burns.
Theodore Burns, of course.
Yeah, Theodore Burns.
Where is he? There he is.
Steve.
Or maybe it was just
off track.
Or maybe just lag. Let's see. No.
Oh, no, he's going to take a trip through the grass, but what a save to keep it from the wall. And he's going to get overtaken right here, but I think he's going to be thankful for that. Also, Phil Reed, 5,294 iRating. On a controller.
I have 1,500 on a wheel and pedals. Pedals with you know, load cell brakes and all the all the nice stuff.
Yeah, as commentators, we have all the fancy toys. Unfortunately, we don't have to scope back that up anymore. Unless it comes to fixed Indy races, then you and I are just
yeah, you know, I mean. But you know, it's the curse of the commentator. Like, you get paid to commentate on what you love, and with that money, if you save enough, you can you know, invest it in stuff, you know, the racing subscription, some hardware. But then you are terrible at it usually.
I'm actually buying a house soon, so. I'm so sorry to my neighbors who just hear me just absolutely rage whenever I race Daytona. Today's been a stressful week.
So Pinsker is usually a driver that puts on a show, and he has been
putting on a show.
Yeah, he has been patiently waiting for most of the race alone. He had that I wouldn't call it a battle with Samborski, but you know, because then it was solved by Samborski's mistake, and then basically he was all alone for 20-something laps. So certainly he has some. He wants to, you know, be a bit excited, but he will also wait, I think, to see what these guys at the front will do. We will see another overtake, as we've seen basically every lap. Here comes Almeida, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking around the outside. That's a bit risky. I was going to think twice about there. That was a big hit of curve. Phil Reed going wide. Pinsker closing in on Reed, and Reed's falling back. Well, that draft's going to keep them there. Just watching these guys race. Pack racing as single-seaters is a rare option to see, and it's just beautiful to watch. And we just crossed over that important time. 5 laps to go. These tires are getting pretty squirrely. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn out because things are about to get poppin'.
So the track temp 29 degrees right now, 20 kilometers per hour of wind. So big wind.
Yeah, that's heading that's going about, yeah, that's west. So that's heading into turn 2 actually. So it's a tailwind, and it's a cross draft going through the bus stop.
Quick shot of our leader, we haven't forgot about him, Tim Delisle, enjoying 3.5 seconds lead, and now we will move to our second place driver, and it's a massive fight. It's a free-for-all, Austin.
It's going to be a very controlled free-for-all currently. give it 2 laps. Then these guys are going to start putting the bit between their teeth and going ham. And off the track is Paul Ilbrink, and Paul just wants this race to be over. He wants to go to Xfinity so bad right now. It's just, can it be next week? He's wondering, can it be the end of the season?
Biggest mover tonight, James
Mallow.
Mallow.
Going wide through the toe, and cut off the nose of Reed right there. Reed is looking good, and this is playing good in Tarleton's favor, because when Suelo makes a mistake, he gets a bit bullish, and you start seeing red.
Little bit of breathing room for Tartan. I don't know how much this is going to last, Austin, because they are going to. Oh, there's a lap car there. Should be Patrick Letouvé and Cedric Bill. So the two teammates there, diligently moving to the side.
Oh, this is not going to be good, Suelo. Oh, they all managed to get through there. Very thankfully that Patrick just kind of parked it right before the corner. Didn't try to force anything. If you see this pack of cars racing, it's going to be very nasty. But that did separate them. But now Suelo, he's got that draft. He's got DRS open. He is closing down on Tarleton. And it's getting to that crunch point time. But Phil Reed and James Pacer. Reed going wide through the carousel. I think that's just him losing grip on those tires.
In the meantime, Samborski went past Groom for P14, as now they have to contend with Cedric Bill's car, I think.
Yeah, Letouvé.
Yes.
They're both identical cars. It's
but
kind of hard.
No. It's okay. Maybe there's someone we. Okay, there's someone in front of these guys.
That's a positive sim racing car.
Oh, that's Tim Delisle. Yeah, he lost 1 second. Maybe. Okay.
What? They're catching up to Tim.
They're catching up to him. I mean, I think he's saving his stuff a bit. But last 5 laps, Tarton and the rest of the crew.
7/10, half a second. What's happening to Tim? And oh my goodness. That was a look by Suelo. We almost saw a 4-car collision right there.
Time for waiting is almost over. 2 laps and a half left.
Well, when we saw Tim Delisle get within, these guys get within 2 seconds of Tim Delisle, that happened, and now it's back to 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think he was just, making sure he was saving his stuff. Also, we had the pass. Now Tarton went past Almeida, so probably they slowed down. I mean, didn't go past. I mean, they went side. They were fighting.
They checked
entering the bus stop. Yeah. So, but they have been gaining for quite some time. Last 5 laps. I think this lap the line will be back on the positive side. 2 laps to go, Austin.
2 laps to go. The battle for second is heating up. Tarleton, Amida, Reed, and Pacer.
Look at Delisle.
Tim Delisle.
Okay. Maybe he's listening to us, I know some drivers that do that. I don't know how they do that. They watch the broadcast and race. Yes, and then you end up on the lead at Bathurst.
Yeah. Okay, I see your point. Tarleton under pressure. Suelo looking around the outside. Phil Reed joining Suelo. They're going to go side by side through the bus stop. Oh my goodness. And Suelo getting a little bit sideways. Phil Reed has to check up. Pacer looking down to the inside as they head into the bus, into the carousel. And Tarleton is leaving this party behind him. Suelo defending down to the inside. Phil Reed looking around to the outside. Phil Reed looking for that switchback move now. But Tarleton leaving the battle for third behind him as they head into the toe.
The problem for Barrio there. Freebies for everyone behind him. As once again, here comes Phil Reed.
Oh, he had to break extremely early for that one. It's getting a little bit too close for comfort right there. And Delisle, 4-second gap behind him. And what are the odds of another fastest lap right here?
According to his teammate Greg Olson, he was just saving his Tigers for,
Of course, Greg would say that.
a hammer
And
time
of
run.
Of course, it is. Oh, it's not a fast lap. Wow, I was preparing for that one.
You know, white flag in the air, Austin Salera Blanca. One more time around this most beautiful of racetracks here at Watkins Glen. Lead of the race for Team Delisle, almost never in doubt in the second half of the race, especially after Paul Hilbrink dropped. But all to play for from second to fifth.
Oh, here comes Suelo. You know what? In America, what people mostly think? It's big. And Suelo, big move right there. Using DRS at the start of the S's to catch up to Tarleton and going wide. Reed into the wall. But he's kept it going. Pacer up into P4. Amina and Tarleton, though. I am expecting some big American sends for Robert to go up toe-to-toe with Suelo for P2.
I think Phil was able to avoid the wall as Tarleton has a bad corner here. And once again, here comes Phil Reed defending hard his Pinsker, Austin.
Yeah, Pacer just saying no, no, no. He's going to go down to the inside, but Phil Reed's going to stay down there. It's a very delayed reaction from Reed, and they're still going to go side by side. And Nose Tail defending onto the inside. Reed going wide. He's going to go try for that switchback now. Pacer once more defending onto the inside. Reed's got a good exit. They're going to go side by side with 2 corners to go. Phil Reed around the outside. And now they're going to go side by side. Tim Delisle takes the win. Nothing new about there. And Suelo takes second with Tarleton in third. Pacer in fourth, followed by Phil Reed in fifth.
Beautiful, as per usual, race here in Watkins Glen, the F3.5 challenge. As we are waiting for all the other drivers to come home. Steve Onan, you know, 6th place after the drama he had earlier. Big thumbs up. Theodore Burns also had a bit of an issue here and there.
What is happening in the...
Some donuts.
No, there was some donuts. There was some car mounting.
I mean, there are kids watching, so we'll just stick to the donuts. Here comes Enrique and Navarro. At Samborski, what could have been for him that mistake? Yes, to settle for P13, Jorge Barrio. Also, and the biggest regret of them all, Paul Hilbrink. You know, I think Greg also said in the chat he did a reverse Paul Hilbrink. Usually he qualifies badly and has a fantastic comeback in the race. Unfortunately, today was not meant to be for him. He basically went in the wrong direction. Jimmy Byrne is your last driver to cross the start-finish line. And now...
What a race.
Fantastic race, Austin. We had tons of fun as per usual. Now we'll go...
Upside down.
Should have our scenic camera, which is not working.
How's the scenic camera not working? It's a scenic camera.
I don't know.
I think iRacing was just surprised at what we just saw. That fantastic race.
I would say hashtag blame Sam, as per usual.
Alright, thanks, Sam.
But now, putting the pit lane camera on, we have the scenic camera. So what do you know, Austin? You know, you never know with Sam. Big hello to Sam Fitzpatrick, which does most of our, if not all of our camera work. I mean, our camera files. Music is on, which means that race results should be on your screen right about now.
Taking the win today, it's Tim Delisle, followed by Suelo Media, Robert Tarleton, James A. Pinsker, Phil Reed, Steve Honan, Theodore Burns, Omar Pod, Gennady Kalashnikov, James Mallow, Jason Enrique, Antonio Navarro, Edward Samborske, Jorge Barrio, Paul Ilbrink, Jimmy Burns, Luke Groom, Patrick Letovet, Cedric Bill, and Fabio Ducarmo, followed by Daniel Burhenson and Thomas Knoll. And oh my goodness. What a race we saw today.
We saw a fantastic race, Austin. We are waiting for our drivers to show up for the interviews. We have some of them. We will talk to Tim in just a second. Just a reminder to all of our viewers that in just about 1 hour we will be live on this very channel for the final race of the season of the Apex
Second
Racing.
final. It's not the final.
I think it's the final race of the season.
There's another round after it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm in the series.
Okay, so for the penultimate race of the season of the Apex Racing Academy VRS F3 Super Series from my home track of Imola, that will be at midnight GMT with a short feature race and a main race with a fixed setup provided by the good folks at Apex Racing Academy. And of course F3 races are always exciting with yours truly behind the camera, and more importantly Brian Delp and Peter Mackay on the commentary in the commentary booth as per usual. But Austin, I think you are standing besides our winner. I mean, you are socially distancing beside our winner.
Socially distancing by thousands of miles and an entire ocean. Welcome, Tim. How is it? How's your morning?
Good. Yeah. Didn't start quite so good, but by the end, I was very happy.
Yeah, I qualified P3, and I'm gonna be honest, seeing you not on the front row was, I thought I was in a parallel universe. It didn't make sense, but the start you had off the line, you jumped immediately into second. You had a amazing jump and amazing reaction time. Immediately up into second. It looked like you had the best start out of anyone on the grid, and you could have jumped up into first if you wanted to. What was your thought process when you found out that you're not on the front row?
Well, I was debating all week whether or not to do this race, and normally I do the race in the same time slot, but yesterday, and I skipped that one, thinking I just, it wasn't going to be my week. And then later in the afternoon, I did some practice, and it felt good, so I was like, yeah, I can do this. I feel pretty quick. And then I did qualifying, and immediately I was just like, I should have stayed in bed. This is the worst idea, because I just didn't have it in qualifying. Paul's lap was crazy. Fabio just pipped me, but I just didn't have the pace. So from there, I had a couple of minutes to kind of figure out what my plan was going to be, and that reaction time, I was just so determined to get Fabio off the line, because I knew I was going to get the slipstream. It's only a short run to T1, but I knew I was going to get a bit of slipstream off Paul, and I knew I'd be starting on the inside, which is, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, it let me sort of take that line, the inside line, into T1. Kind of squeezed Fabio on the outside there. And yeah, then I was just going to try to stick with Paul, and he made that mistake on lap 1. And I just had to take the opportunity there. But he was so quick, he was just sticking to me like glue. I mean, I pulled out of the slipstream gap, had the gap out to 1.3 seconds, and then a corner later it was back to 1.